It's back time. It's our back day. What time is it? It's back time. It's our back day. I hope you guys liked that. It's back day, which means we are starting the day off with deadlifts. And if anyone tells you that you deadlift on back day for any other reason besides sneaking in a little bit more legs, they're wrong. Just kidding. It's definitely a back exercise, or should I say a posterior exercise. So we will be incorporating our back into our deadlifts. And if you have never felt like you're using your back on your deadlifts, then this is going to be a perfect video for you, because I will be explaining how deadlifts incorporate your back. Okay, so I'm super excited about that. We're also going to be doing other back exercises throughout. And like I said before, if any of this is too challenging or not challenging enough, then go one way or another with the weight. Sorry, my dog was just about to get into the pool. We're back. So what that means is if you are getting through these exercises in like 30 minutes and you're barely breaking a sweat and not struggling at all with the weight at the end, then you definitely need to be going higher in weight, as long as you are not compromising form. Okay, so that is very, very, very important. If you feel like your form is not correct, but the weight is not challenging enough, get the form down first and then add weight. Okay, if you're feeling like these workouts are taking you 2 hours, then that's a good indication that maybe you need to either be limiting your rest time, which probably means getting off your phone in between sets. I'm speaking to myself. Or going to going down in weight a little bit. And that's not to say that I don't want you guys challenging yourselves during these. I just don't want you guys in the gym for 2.5 hours. Like, if you're honestly in the gym doing these for longer than an hour 15, an hour 30, that's too long. So just, FYI, make sure that you are challenging yourself, but not challenging yourself so much that you need 10-minute rests every single exercise. 2 to 3 minutes is like the sweet spot for rest time, unless you're doing, don't mind her. That's my dog, not a person. Unless you are doing like 10 reps, 8 reps, 6 reps, 4 reps, you might need additional minutes of rest between those because you are going up in weight. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. But for anyone who has not really gotten into the lifting game before this series, one, obviously, welcome. Sorry in advance because it's an addiction. But 2, your back days are so important for so many reasons. Aesthetically, they're going to create that hourglass figure. I wanted to say curve, that hourglass figure, because you cannot achieve that hourglass figure without building the top half of the hourglass. So essentially building your lats. So today we're gonna run through a lot of back exercises, and I really want you focusing on your lats, which is that outside meaty area of your back. I want you to really be using that mind-muscle connection and feeling that build. Once you build that, and as it expands, your waist is going to look smaller. Okay, so definitely don't miss back day. I mean, don't miss any of the days. I'm biased, but they're all great. So that's gonna be our motive for the day, and yeah, I'll have tons of tidbits for you guys, but if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I'm excited to see you guys out there. All right, y'all, you know the drill. First and foremost, 5 minutes on that Stairmaster every time to get that blood pumping. I am starting off by showing you how to attach a band to your bar so that you can start feeling that incorporation of your upper back. So I'm actually going to continue kind of talking about that a little bit. As you can see, I roll the bar back to me so that the band is pulled tight in front of me. As I stand up, I am keeping my shoulders back. the entire time. So your barbell is going to want to be pulled in front of you because of that band pulling it. The only way that you keep it nice and tight to the shins and to the thighs is by incorporating that upper back. You guys probably saw me switch my grip right there. That is just so that I do 5 with my right hand turned under and my left hand turned over, 5 the opposite way. This switch grip is going to make it easier to hold the bar so that your grip doesn't give out before your legs or your back do. Okay, and resetting for that last rep, again, taking our time so we make sure that every rep is a good one and being careful as we release the bar because it is going to want to roll forward. I am going to show you guys a little bit different view right here. So I wanted to give you guys a better, wider angle so you could see that full body. And I want you to pay very close attention, one, to my shoulders, which are pinned back and down the entire time for all 10 sets. All 10 reps rather. And then next, I want you to watch how my body goes up and comes back down almost as if you pressed rewind. So the way that it goes up, it's coming back down the exact same way, meaning I'm starting with that bend in the knee, I'm starting with my chest dropped, I'm coming right back down into that position as I come back down to the start. All right, last couple of reps here, and you guys should notice that these reps are pretty easy for me. So I'm actually going to put on a little bit more weight on each side for this third set. I'm gonna put on 25s here. Make sure, again, you're setting up back far enough to where that band is actually pulled tight the entire time from start to finish. And then we're gonna get right back into that good form. Remember that we are not going up in weight until we know that we can do that form perfect on every single rep. Another big thing I want you guys to remember is to keep your core engaged the entire movement. I want you guys to really be focusing on that core just as much as you are your legs and your shoulders staying back, okay? I am switching grip for these last 5, and then I want you guys to also pay attention to the fact that these are getting a little bit harder than just those 45s that I was doing before. So I am going to finish up this set at this weight, and then we're going to keep it at this weight for set number 4. So I actually didn't end up recording that one since it is the same weight as this right here. But again, I want you guys to just pay attention to the fact that I am taking my time with these reps. I am making sure that I can do every single one with perfect form, and then we are getting them done. Woo! You can tell I am dying. That's okay. That is really what we want. We want to be challenging ourselves here. So the fact that I am challenging myself, let's go, girl. Okay, going on to our next exercise here, which is going to be single arm cable curls. So notice how I put that cable machine pulley all the way down to the bottom. I'm gonna put on a short handle, and we're going to do one arm at a time. So stepping back far enough to where even at that beginning placement, even at the start of that exercise at the bottom, we're feeling the tension pulled on that cable before we even get started, okay? Notice how as I'm coming up, I'm only coming up to a 90-degree angle, my core is engaged, and my knees are in a soft, athletic position. Switching sides, and we are doing 10 on each side. I believe that I was doing 10 pounds for each of these, but I would say anywhere from 7.5 to 10 is probably good. Just make sure, again, that you can get through all 10 reps without taking a rest. All right, y'all, we are on to one of my favorite exercises. That is the seated seated cable row. I'm going to be showing you two different variations here, starting with this slight lean forward. You're going to be keeping your knees in just a soft position. We're not pushing anything away with our legs. We're leaning forward, but allowing our chest to stay big and keeping our shoulders back even as we're leaning forward, keeping our core tight. And then as we sit up to the top, we are making sure that we are not passing that 90-degree angle, meaning our torso stays straight up and down. That's going to be variation number 1 with just that little bit of a lean. Variation number 2 is going to be very similar, but notice we never lean forward. We continue to keep that torso straight up and down. We are keeping those shoulders back even as we're releasing that weight forward. We're keeping the back engaged the entire time. My core is being squeezed, my knees are soft, and we are engaging that upper back. All right, going into single arm dumbbell bent over rows. I am using a 40 for reference. And whenever I get set up, I want you guys to focus on the way my hand and elbow drive up towards my hip rather than driving up towards my chest. So a common mistake when doing these is that a lot of people will drive it directly up towards their chest and they won't really be using the lat the way that the movement is intended to use the lat. So again, whenever I switch over to this side, really pay attention to how I'm driving that weight more towards the hip than up towards the chest. Other couple of things that I want you guys to focus on is keeping your core nice and tight, and I want you to have all of your weight on the hand that is on the bench and the leg that is on the ground. So as little weight as possible in that knee that is on the bench. Last but certainly not least, we are going to get set up for lat pull downs. So just to kind of give you guys an idea of how to set up, I grab that bar as I'm standing and then I'll come down with that bar into that seated position, making sure that the thing that goes over your thighs is nice and tight to your thighs so that you're not pulling up as that weight goes up. And then as we come down, I want you guys to think about a big chest, not rounding those shoulders and not worrying about bringing it down any further than chest or chin level. Okay, finish off with 15 minutes of Stairmaster and you're done.
Here I am where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and petals happen.